Hey everybody, and thanks for joining us for the PHNX Suns pregame show brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you know whenever we are live. I'm Lindsay Smith here with Saul Bookman and Espo. Gentlemen, are you ready for this? A little deja vu, if you will. The Suns are looking to snap now a 5-game losing streak tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Can they do it? I don't know.
Nope. I'm thinking they'll be trying to snap a 6-game losing streak when they play on Tuesday.
It's kind of cool that you asked us if we're ready for this and then you just breezed right through and didn't give us a chance to say anything, because that's basically how this is going to go for the rest of the season. Like, we don't fucking know. We hope we're ready. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're now, as Connor said, Suns started losing, so they kicked us down to the small studio.
Yeah, for real.
we are now on the Coyotes kind of schedule where sadness lives in this room.
Yes,
so we're here now.
Yeah.
Well, better get used to it, because it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting any help back anytime soon. So let's look at kind of who's out, who's in, and some timetables. So tonight for the Phoenix Suns, they're still without Cam Johnson. They're still without Devin Booker. They are going to be without Payne, and they're going to be without Chris Paul due to that right hip soreness from the other night's game. So this is frustrating, right? Because we were hoping we would have some of these guys back sooner rather than later, and we did get Payne back for a brief amount of time, literally like a quarter and a half, and now we're down Chris Paul as well. On the Cavs side of things, Darius Garland is questionable. Ricky Rubio is out. Dean Wade is out, and so is Dylan Windler.
Who?
Great. So their G League roster's out, and our starters are disappearing.
I don't know who Dylan Windler is. I've never even heard of that guy.
Well, then that's probably a good thing.
He's probably the guy that some Cleveland podcaster's shouting to get playing time like you do with Dwayne Washington.
Maybe.
So the unfortunate part of this thing is that we kind of did get a few updates, right? So we knew Devin Booker was going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks when he first went down, which puts us towards the end of January, right? Cam Johnson has already hit that 2-month mark. So we're kind of hoping sometime sooner rather than later we'll see him back. But I don't think we can rely on that to be as soon as we all would like. Because when Gerald talked with Monty Williams yesterday at practice, Monty had confirmed that he has not done any contact drills yet.
See, the normal timeline for somebody with that injury is like 4 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks, but we're talking Cam Johnson time, so we have to extend that a little bit.
But that's
add another month.
We were talking about that the other night. People are like, he's going to be back Sunday. No, like
not even a little bit.
This is going to be a process. We're going to find out, he's participating again in contact drills, and then he's playing in some scrimmages, light scrimmages, and then it's 5-on-5. We're weeks away before Cam Johnson is back.
When have we ever seen Cam Johnson heal faster than expected?
Never.
Mean.
It's true.
You're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. But yeah, so that's going to be a hot minute because he's been out for so long that getting back into game shape is also going to take a hot minute. So maybe we'll get Cam Johnson back around the same time we get Devin Booker back. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe a little bit sooner.
Great.
Maybe not.
I thought you had a joke in there. I think you said Cam Johnson's been out so long.
How long has it been?
No, I'm not that clever. Sorry, guys. That's Espo and Gerald's forte, not mine.
We're talking about this time frame and him, and now we don't know about campaign, CP3, all this. Have you looked at the next 10 games? It's scary. Like
I'm taking it day by day.
Yeah, anybody that wants to look at the next 10 games is just asking to torture themselves. Like, and honestly, does it even matter what the next 10 games are? They could play the 10 worst teams in the league, and I still wouldn't be confident that they would win those games.
Yeah, but when it's 10 of the better teams in the league, I made the mistake. I don't know if I was feeling like I just needed to feel sadder than I am already.
You are a glutton for
but
punishment.
I looked at that schedule and I went, oh shit, this is 1-9 territory. If you're lucky enough to get one, this is buckle up, Buttercups. We're going to be in for a hell of a ride here, and we're going to be in the small studio if losing is what gets us here.
So in addition to those two, Payne, right? So he missed 9 games. Then he came back for part of a game and left in the second quarter of that game. And now he's going to be out for 2 weeks. He will be reevaluated in 2 weeks per the Suns. We got that information from Gerald as well at practice yesterday. So great news, everybody.
Awesome. I have
so sarcastic.
I have nothing but optimism for tonight. So I'm going to turn this tide around by myself if I have to.
Well, before you do that, let's talk about Chris Paul too. Let me just go down the negative train, and then you can take over, and you can
trying
turn
to
this
divert
ship around.
us.
Yeah, well, we have to talk about all 4 of them.
They're always hurt. Everybody's hurt. Let's just play the 8 guys we got and go.
Should we just start calling the pregame show the dive bar and play the sad music as we come in to the pregame show?
So yesterday, Imani said Chris Paul was day-to-day, and they should have a better evaluation for him tomorrow being today. Well, obviously he's not playing, so it doesn't sound great. Not great, Bob. Not great. There, now you can turn things around, Saul. Go ahead.
I'll get to that.
What you got?
I'll get to that in the betting.
Oh, that's all. You don't have anything right now?
Oh, no. He doesn't have any basis on what's coming up.
Somebody's going to have some optimism, damn it. It's going to be me.
Saul said, I'll turn this thing around, but not right now. Maybe later.
No, a little later.
Damn, bro.
After we pass the exit, then I'll try to turn it around.
Oh, my gosh.
Lindsay, do you like the movie Beetlejuice?
I love the movie Beetlejuice.
You know the waiting room scene where they're basically wait after they die? Mm-hmm. That's where we are in basketball terms right now. We're in literal basketball purgatory. We're just sitting in the waiting room with nothing being able to be done right now.
Yeah, this is a rough one. But you know who will have a whole lot of energy tonight? Donovan Mitchell, because he sat out in the Cavs game 2 nights ago for some rest. So he will be
he also pulled his groin.
Energized and ready to go. Well, they teed it up as rest. So.
Yeah, but we saw him pull his groin.
Oh, there you go. But he's back playing with the Cavs again after missing their game on Friday. So we'll get Donovan Mitchell in tonight's matchup. And the question is it going to be a little bit of deja vu from the last time these two teams met? Or is Donovan Mitchell going to have a better performance? Because I will say the Suns did do a good job of containing him to an extent. He didn't really go off in that game.
He's going to play better. He didn't shoot the ball very well the other night coming off of that 71-point game the day before. So I expect him to have a much better game.
Yeah, I do too. Mikhail's going to have one hell of a performance, and if we all believe he's injured, that makes it even more difficult. I really wish I could be positive here. I really wish there was something I could get excited for, could tell you, you know what, X, Y, and Z. Right now, that is very, very difficult.
Well, typically in these kind of games, though, when we're like, oh, man, this is going to be a shit show, they perform okay. Sometimes they pull out the upset. You know, we all thought that they were going to get hammered in Memphis. That didn't happen. They got to win.
After the game. They had to drown their sorrows.
They won the game. Why would they drown their sorrows?
You know what I love about all of this right now is that the Suns have completely flipped upside down, and apparently so has this show, because who would have thought Saul, of all people, would be the one who's like, we can do it, guys. Don't worry. We're going to be okay. And is trying to keep things positive.
Listen, I have trained my whole life for these moments. When things get bleak, you got to rise to the occasion. And when things are okay, then you got to pull everybody back down. That's just how this goes.
I love hello. It says, I take no one yelling as a positive. Or does that mean we're already defeated?
See, I like Brittany. Brittany says, I will say, expecting the losses are easier than being disappointed with higher expectations, LOL. That's where I'm at. Same place as Brittany. If I go into a game already with my expectations low, all I can be is pleasantly surprised.
So this is fair.
Right? So I can't be as disappointed.
If you want to really lower your expectations to the bottom of the barrel, why don't we tell them what the starting lineup is tonight?
All right. Tonight's starting lineup is Torrey Craig, Landry Shamet, Mikal Bridges, Dario Saric, and Deandre. And what do you guys think?
I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
There we go. We got Saul back, guys.
I think I've seen rec league starting lineups that I'd rather run out there. Look, I don't even know if I could be happy if Shamet drops 35 tonight.
Like I can. Don't worry. I'll bring the positivity if that happens. I got you.
You're so full of shit.
I don't know that would even make me happy.
I will literally jump up and down with joy if that happens.
I have no problem being the savior that everybody needs today. Like if Shamet drops 35, hey, so be it. I'll be happy. Hopefully it would mean the Suns winning. Now that's the thing I would be salty about is like if he drops 35 and we don't even get a dub, oh man, that's like a double loss for me.
Yeah, I'm at the point where your metaphorical pain won't even bring me joy. That's where we are this season.
Oh my goodness. Are you guys surprised that Dwayne Washington Jr. is not in the starting lineup? I mean, I'm expecting we'll see quite a bit of him in tonight's game.
No.
Why do you need a point guard?
Monty loves the Shamet. The Shamet's gonna do it all.
I mean, I get that Monty probably feels a little more confident in Landry Shamet, but I was kind of hoping he would just throw D-Wash out there and see what sticks.
He doesn't like to do that. He likes to ShamWow us.
Wow, rules have changed. You're making the dad jokes. I'm literally just in disarray.
Don't worry. After the game, you'll be in shambles.
I mean, Victor Renee does ask the same question. Like, why wouldn't he start Dwayne Washington Jr. outside of just like us throwing a little bit of shade? What do you think the actual reasoning?
Because Monty might as well wear a jersey that say "He hate me." Like that's what it is. Like he does not like guys that should not be playing sufficient roles on teams when they're like the 11th or 12th or 13th guy off the bench. Clearly, he has shown that in his history. So for whatever reason, he won't do it. He just won't do it.
But you have no point guard. Landry Shamet is. I'm not arguing with you, but Landry Shamet is not a point guard. Like I don't care how many times they told us. Well, in college he played. He's not a point guard. All right. Dwayne Washington Jr. at least can resemble a point guard at any given moment in a game. It had decent assist numbers the other night, even though he didn't shoot well. This offense has struggled mightily, and now you're going to ask them to go out there and try to right the ship without anybody that can actually run their offense effectively.
This is true. Hello. Monty would rather bring back Alfred than start D-Wash because you can never have enough Alfred Paytons. My
thing is you're going to put D-Wash in this game at some point in time. I'm getting tired of seeing these games where we're down bad and you don't see Dwayne Washington Jr. until the final 2 minutes. Obviously, to Espo's point, he didn't shoot well the other night when he did get a few more minutes, but let's just see what he can do. Let's just see. Look at Payne. Payne notoriously plays better when he's in the starting lineup. Granted, when Payne was in the starting lineup, he had a few additional bodies next to him that were more of the starting caliber level. But, why not? Mix it up. See what you got.
Because it's Monty.
You know who is available for a 10-day?
Who?
Alfred Payton. He's not in the league right now. I agree with it's Det Nibble that says I'd also prefer to see Landell next to DA instead of Dario. At this point, why not? Let's test some things. Let's have some fun. We know what Dario's going to give you, and it's not much right now. And you could see if maybe there is a world where you could play two true bigs next to each other with and DA and Landell, and maybe make something happen. I'd rather see that and then go to Dario in the second half if it doesn't work than go to Dario now. So I did say Dat Nipple. That's my favorite rapper, Dat Nipple. So
that's exactly what you said. I was like, I'm just gonna let that go.
See, hello. This is why I didn't say hello to you earlier, because you do things like this. I'm just kidding. All right. Well, Espo, what are we wearing tonight? That could be a positive.
The hell if I know. Oh, yeah, it's the city edition. That must be why the court was down the other night versus the Cavs Association edition. Guess what? I actually like these Cavs uniforms. Wasn't a big fan of the land, but I like these. They're clean and they're the throwback.
You don't like Miami's white jersey, but you like these ones?
Yeah, because if I got a letter in the mail that looked like Miami's jerseys, I'd assume somebody was kidnapped. These are clean and have an old school Cavs look to them. I like them.
God, Espo. I don't know if you're letting me down right now worse than the Suns are, or the Suns are letting me down worse than you are.
You're the
right
one wearing a beanie and a t-shirt right now. You're going to talk to me about fashion, huh?
Really? We want to go there?
I'm wearing a quarter zip like I'm about to go on a corporate outing here. So
I feel like mom and dad are yelling at each other through between the kids.
I don't know what to do.
Just like, I don't know.
All right. Well, we're not really all very excited for tonight's game, but the most that we can hope for is a decent matchup, right? At least it's competitive. Hopefully some shots will fall for the Suns more so tonight than they have in quite a while.
Let's go.
But
your beanie looks extra huge in the studio, by the way.
Who you guys got and by how much? My friend keeps texting me. He's like, "Oh, you're wearing the poop emoji beanie today." And I was like, "You're a poop emoji. I love this beanie."
I've got Sadness by 300 tonight.
Okay.
Are we sure we got that right? I thought I said Suns by 20. I did say Suns by 20. Damn it, Emma!
Emma's trying to save you from yourself.
I have Suns by 20, not Cavs by 20. Let's go crazy.
Our amazing producer is trying to save you from yourself.
No.
With your crazy
because that doesn't line up with my bet. It's too late now, Emma. What's done is done.
It's been seen.
It's already been seen.
You're like Dario Saric in the starting lineup. Not good.
Smirched my name already.
What did I pick? I think I had Cavs by 8.
You literally had 18 jobs, Emma.
So I have Cavs by 8. Gerald has Cavs by 7. Espo Cavs by 11.
Saul Suns by 20. Let's go.
There you go.
Woo!
So Saul is backing it up with the positivity type of outlook he's got on tonight's game.
It's a selfish choice. We'll find out why.
Well, you know what?
A choice is still a choice. A choice is still a choice. And when I'm right, you guys will all be wrong. And that's all that matters.
Espo, what do our friends at the DraftKings Sportsbook app think about tonight?
They do not agree with me.
No, they have the Cavs favored by 5.5 tonight.
It was at 5, and then it moved to 5.5.
And I think 78% of the money was on the Cavs tonight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This one was not. See, the other night, at least people had faith based on the way that they were betting. They had faith that the Suns could potentially get a win on Friday night. Tonight, everyone's like, nah.
So did we, and I'm done. I'm done being fooled.
Yeah. Well, what are we putting our money on tonight?
Hurt me once, shame on me. Hurt me twice, you can hurt me 20 times. It's okay.
Saul, what'd you put your money down on the draft?
I got the Suns money line, which I've already clearly stated, and then the Suns over 105.5 points tonight, even though they didn't score that many and didn't even come close the last time they played Cleveland. But I do have the combined total at under 213.
This is a gamble if I've ever seen one. Mm-hmm. First of all, in the last 5 games the Suns have played, they have not scored over 106 points. Mm-hmm. So and also in the last 10, they've only done it 4 times. 4 times in the last 10 have they gotten to over 106. So this is quite the bet, which is also why it's a plus 800 though, because if you hit on this, you're going to get quite the payout. Espo, what you thinking?
I'm going to go with the first field goal exact prediction, Suns with a 3-pointer at plus 500.
Okay.
That's for the game, not just the team, right?
Yeah, that's for the game. That's for the game.
Okay.
The very first make of the game will be a Suns 3-pointer. I get it at plus 500. Should be enough to give me the lead if I win it.
So I went back and forth on my bet for tonight, but ultimately landed on Mikal Bridges over 4.5 rebounds at a plus 135. So this one is probably one of the bigger gambles since the start of the year when we started keeping tracks for me, because in the last 10 games, Mikal has only hit this over, so over 4.5 rebounds 1 time. But that 1 time was against the Cavs. He had 7 rebounds last time these two teams faced off a couple days ago. So I was like, let me just listen, when you put a competition in front of me, Saul, I'm coming for
now
it.
She's studying.
I have never heard her break down bets like this before. And all of a sudden, we put something on the line, and she's like, oh, I got the scouting reports going. All right.
Let me just do a
the
little
advanced
homework.
analytics say
it's nice. It's nice.
So it's quite a gamble because, like I said, he's hit 4 rebounds 4 times in his last 10 games. So literally only 1 time in the last 10 games has he actually reach the over that I'm hoping he will reach tonight. But again, it was against the Cavs, and he had 7.
I mean, DA and McHale are both going to have 30, so here we go.
Yeah.
Can we get Albert H. A drug test over at his house? He says Suns 120, Cavs 115. There's not a chance in hell this lineup scores 120 points.
I'm just curious. Did we ever decide, like, does the winner of this whole betting bet, do we get anything?
Oh, we haven't decided that. We can decide
like
that.
We should.
Maybe we decide that on the post-game show tonight.
Yeah,
make it interesting.
I think so. If you guys have any ideas on what the winner or the loser should receive at the end of this season, you should send it to us in the Discord. Or
it obviously has to be a group thing. It can't be like each individual can pick something that they want the other person to do, whoever comes in dead last.
Saul, do we have money in the budget for a championship belt?
Yes.
I think that would
championship
be. I think that would be badass. Each month we pass it around to whoever wins.
We'll see.
You can wear it on the show.
Maybe. Well, what's the leaderboard looking like, Emma? Where are we sitting, the 3 of us? Ooh, Saul, that hurts.
There's a reason
30.
why I had to take the gamble tonight.
You did. I get it. I'm at a 61, and Espo, you're at 22.
Yep.
If I hit this, I go from a worst to first situation, quite possibly.
I mean, listen, I have my fingers crossed for you because I would be happy if that all happened because then we get a Suns win and things are going to be a lot more optimistic around these parts. But hopefully, if yours hits, mine also hits. So then at least I can keep up with you.
There you go. I'm getting everybody on the train tonight. Let's go. We gotta push this into existence. We gotta manifest it.
You know what? Screw it. Change mine to Suns by 11. Let's go.
If you guys like any of the bets that we just shared with you that we are putting our money on tonight, or if you just want to make your own bet, make sure you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and sign up with that code PHNX, because when you use that code, you can place a $5 pregame moneyline bet on any NBA team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. That, again, is code PHNX, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. All right. Where are we sitting? What's it looking like for the Suns out there in the standings, Espo? Can you kind of give us an insight?
We're here. We're looking at the standings at this time. They are sitting at 7th, or basically tied for 7th with the Golden State Warriors. Both teams 20-20. They're sitting a game back of 6th, which is unbelievable when you consider this. The losing streak, they're still within shouting distance of 6, but the problem is Portland's 19-19, Utah's 20-22, and Minnesota and the Lakers are 19-21. Any significant losing, you're going to see yourself fall out of that play-in pretty quick.
Remember when Phoenix, Portland, and Utah were all like at the top of the league in the first week and a half, 2 weeks? Yeah. You know, a lot's changed since then, and a lot can still change. Right. The West is a complete dumpster fire outside of maybe the top 2 teams. And listen, I even if they lose 5 more in a row, I'm still confident that they're going to make not only the play-in, but they're still going to make a top 6 seed. Now, you talked about the next 10 games. If they lose all 10 of those games, maybe not so much. But I feel confident still.
Remember, you were talking about those 3 teams being at the top. Remember when the Lakers were giving Wembanyama to the Hornets? Or excuse me, the Pelicans? Mm-hmm. Well, they've improved too.
Which is good for us.
Yeah, I mean, but they're now within shouting distance of the Suns too. This is going to get interesting. But the best thing, and we've talked about it, is the West is so jam-packed here that even a losing streak over these next 10, once you get Booker back, you still could probably make a run and get in at least that play-in.
Yeah, it's just so bizarre, but honestly, it's probably one of the better years to have something like this happen to our team, right? Because had something like this, like dealing with all these injuries and not being able to keep our heads above water happen last season or the season before, we might have been in a little bit more trouble.
Okay.
So there's my one positive contribution for this pregame show is that we don't have to lean into tanking just yet. I know everyone in the chat and Suns fans for the last however long, 15 or so games has been more vocal about the tank, but I don't think we need to go there yet.
About Wembanyama. That's the only reason why they keep saying tank. There's no reason. Listen, even if we lose 10 in a row, we're still not going to get a top 5 pick. Mm-hmm. It's not happening.
Yeah, I don't have faith that we would be able to come out successfully in the draft, even if we lose every game from here on out.
No, I agree, but you know how bad it is? Eddie Johnson Mr. Positivity when it comes to this team switched his hashtag from we good to hashtag beat up. So that's where we are.
I mean, he's not wrong, though. We are pretty beat up right now, but we can still be we good.
I hope we get back to we good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
Listen, Brian in the chat brings up a really good point, too. The Warriors had a terrible patch of games last year. So we are not a lost cause just yet. Can we poke fun at the situation we're in? Yes. But are we a complete lost cause? No.
No, I mean, if your starting lineup comes back, then yeah, you're going to play better basketball. Yeah. It's that simple. I'd feel a lot better if the GM wasn't handcuffed thanks to the disgraced future former owner. So
yeah, well, we'll see. Any final thoughts on this game before we say goodbye?
Just don't let Donovan Mitchell drop 71.
Yes, that honestly, if we can keep him below like 30. I would be happy with tonight's game no matter what, because if he goes off against us, I don't even want to deal with the storylines that come from that. Even though Devin's not playing, it's still going to be talked about. You know his name is going to get drug into that. So, all right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you. As always, don't forget to meet us right back here after the game wraps up. Bye.
PHNX. Hey yo, my lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX though. Lindsey, Gerald, Espo. Saw past the ball, we hit it.